live from Buffalo, New York. This broadcast of Simulation Football League action on Twitch is on the air. It's the Queen City Corsairs against the Charleston Predators from Con-Pro Field. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Trevillo, and alongside me is Stephen Hacker. Chan Varner is along as well on stats. Stephen, this couldn't be a bigger matchup coming down towards the end of the season. Queen City started out so hot, 6-0, top team in the league in a bunch of statistical categories, but they've dropped 2 of their last 3. On the other side, Charleston has come on strong as of late, winning 3 of their last 4 to put themselves in playoff position.
Charleston's going to need to play competitively here, maybe squeak out a win on the road. It would be the best case scenario for Charleston, as like you said, Michael, they're trying to get into the playoffs with only a couple games left in this season. But both teams really, I think, match up very well. They're both going to try to get the ball going on the ground. Peace Swearingen for the Predators and Jet Zero for the Corsairs are going to be the focal points of these offenses. But I think look for Buchanan Simons to maybe get a big play, behind the secondary for Charleston. He could be that X factor for the Predators today, Michael.
Today's aerial coverage provided by Dags DroneWorks Aerial Photography and Videography Services in New York State. Find them on Instagram at Dags DroneWorks or visit their website, dagsdroneworks.com. That's DAGSDRONEWORKS.com. We are ready to go. Charleston won the toss, chose to defer to the second half. So kicker Brad Brichette is ready to kick this one off from the 30-yard line. And week number 9, Sunday afternoon action is underway, returning from inside the 5 up to the 20 and down at the 24-yard line is Deezer Powell. Here is the starting offense for the Queen City Corsairs. 10-season veteran A.J. Caswell is under center. The running back, as Steven mentioned, is Jet Zero. Fullback Chris Komisak. Wide receivers Doug Spelling, Deezer Powell, Christopher Ochoa, and Jay Hayden. Hubba Kimbrough and James Matthew Jr. are in at tight end. Mirror image formation, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Zero tries to bounce it outside, but the Charleston defense is there, and it's only a gain of 2. Speaking of that Charleston defense, here they are. John Lally and Dick Baker, the defensive ends. Joseph Sabolka at defensive tackle. Jack Hoffman and Jack Brown, the linebackers. Jimmy Bravo and Corey Menner, the corners. John Reese and John Stamaggio, the safeties. And Tommy Zanardi and Zach Lay are the safeties. Out to the far side goes the fullback on the catch. That's Hubba Kimbrough, the tight end, and it's 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Queen City coming out a little conservative to start this ball game. Maybe just trying to get a feel for what Charleston's going to do defensively, but got themselves now in a 3rd and long, Michael.
It'll be on the arm of A.J. Caswell. He's been in this situation more than once. He's going to go quick over the middle. That pass is complete for a 1st down up to the 35-yard line. And it's Jay Hayden. So they've gone to Hayden and Kimbrough on the first 2 passing attempts.
Yeah, Hayden's first season here with Queen City, but a nice little hot route over the middle, picked up just what he needed to get the first.
Now from the 35, Queen City in the traditional all black with green stripes. Caswell, short over the middle, pass caught by Deezer Powell, and there to bring him down right across the middle was John Stamango. Queen City had Charleston have played each other 3 times, but only once under the current names of both of these franchises. The first 2 meetings were when the Predators were in Indianapolis and still called the Indianapolis Red Devils. Here's a ball out to Jet Zero. He's going to turn the corner and get a 1st down before he gets drilled at the 48-yard line.
And Jet Zero is dangerous out there on the outside. If you can get him going with a full head of steam, he's a tough tackle. And I think Queen City's going to look to try to get him involved out there on the outside to test these defensive backs of the Predators.
last week in Queen City's overtime victory against the DC Dragons. 130 yards on the ground for Jet Zero and 2 touchdowns, and also a touchdown through the air as well. Heavy formation. Zero trying to pick his way through the Charleston defense, and he does so very well, picking up 7 yards before finally being brought down to the back end by Josh Reese.
Yeah, Zero, very patient as with the ball in his hands, lets the blocking up front really develop and, changes directions a couple of times, but very patient and gets 7 yards out of it as a reward.
And it almost seemed like it's a dance between Jet Zero and his offensive linemen and wide receivers and tight ends, just to see where the little pockets of space are in between. Very well-designed blocking scheme as well on that run. Here's 2nd and 3 now into Charleston territory. Here's the fullback, Chris Komasak, and he gets close to a first down. He's going to be short by about half a yard.
Yeah, I like that play design. You're getting everybody going, and then you use Komasak there as a nice little change of pace. And now a 3rd and inches. I mean, really, Queen City can go with anything they want in the playbook near midfield, Michael.
Only 1 carry for Komasak last week, and he's got that much on the first drive of this ball game. Split back, strong side to the left. It's going to be Zero, and he's going to barely get enough to move the chains. Needed 1, got 2, and it's another Queen City first down. It's very methodical for the Corsairs right now.
Yeah, I think that's what they want to do. Again, being a little conservative to start this ball game, not wanting to show their hand yet, but got another first down and into scoring field position.
Out to the far side, here's Zero again. Blocker in front of him and a first down. Out to the 30. Gain of 11 yards for Jet Zero. And he'll touch the ball probably about 60% of the time when Queen City has possession.
Yeah, I think the game script really has to be a negative game script for Queen City to go away from Jet Zero. He's just too powerful out of the backfield for them. So as long as the game is close, Queen City's going to be feeding Jet Zero.
And because of that conservative mindset on offense, Queen City has given the ball away the least in the SFL this season. Only 8 turnovers for the Corsairs on offense. Over the middle, the ball goes to James Matthew Jr. Now both tight ends have a contribution on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's really a change of pace for Queen City. AJ Caswell for a long time has been a gunslinger, oftentimes thrown a lot of interceptions, and they've definitely changed that this season.
Zero, this time no room to run, wrapped up and dropped by Jack Brown, the linebacker, also owner of the team now, along with Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, Charleston needs a big stand here. 3rd and 4, just outside their own red zone. A stop here would be huge for the Predators. Let's see if they can come up with one.
They had Queen City at a 3rd and 7, all the way back at their own 35 on the first set of downs of this series. Couldn't stop them, and they can't stop them here. James Matthew Jr., the tight end, on a little corner out, will pick up a first down inside the red zone to the 18.
Yeah, Queen City looking crisp, Michael. I mean, 7-7 for AJ Caswell. Jet Zero is looking sharp, looking good when he has the ball in his hands on the ground, and I mean, they're just working their way down the field here. I mean, it just feels like 6 points is inevitable.
From the 18, again, they go to James Matthew Jr. on the exact same play that got them the first down on the previous snap, and it's complete for a gain of 7 up to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, Charleston's really going to have to adjust. I think if they commit to the outside, the out routes, I think Queen City might look to go slants over the middle. So as they get closer to the red zone, the back of the end zone is going to help a little bit, but they have to really choose what play they're trying to shut down here, Michael.
Surprised we haven't seen from some of the interior slot receivers, Doug Spelling and Christopher Ochoa, yet. We might see from them here as over the middle, Jay Hayden hangs on in traffic and gets down inside the 2, 1st and goal.
I think that was the fullback, Michael. I think that was Komasak that leapt up through the air like that and made a huge play. And this is a tough situation now for the Predators defense. I mean, on the 1-yard line, and Queen City's got Jet Zero in the backfield.
You are correct. Soft hands from the fullback, and that means Jet Zero can just power his way into the end zone for a Queen City touchdown, and it looked all too easy for the green and black on their opening series of the ball game.
Yeah, it looked really good from the opening kickoff all the way down the field, and Queen City just a healthy mix of pass and run, but Jet Zero was the key, the main offensive piece that got them down the field, and Charleston's got to step it up or it's going to be a long day ahead of them.
Judah Dorgan, the Week 4 signing, played 3 seasons in the SFL. His first season with the Corsairs, set to kick this extra point. And he addresses his right foot to the football and sends it through the uprights. And with 4:31 to go, it's Queen City 6 and Charleston nothing. And one thing that Queen City did, besides from score 7 points on that drive, they took over half the first quarter clock away from Charleston.
Yeah, it's a 15-play drive. And, again, Queen City came out here at home, knew exactly what they wanted to do when they got the ball, and that was get 7 points. And, mission 1 accomplished. Now they got to go out and play good defense. For Charleston, I expect them to look a little bit similar to what we just saw from Queen City. I think Keith Swearingen's going to get a big, heavy workload here to start the game. They may look a little conservative, but I think, I think Charleston may look to get to third down and then try to convert and move their way down the field slowly but methodically.
We're going to get a penalty here on the return. It's going to be clipping, and it's going to be against Charleston. So the Predators will start deep in their own zone on their opening series of the ball game. Not the start you want when going against this Queen City defense, one of the top in the SFL, top 5 in both rush yards against and total yards against per game.
Yeah, when they got 7 points on the board as well, Michael. I mean, that's a huge ask of the Charleston offense now to come out and go basically 90 yards to the end zone.
Backed up inside their own 15. They're going to swing it out to the running back, Keith Swearingen. He's going to drag a couple of black and green clad defenders for 2 yards. Here's the Charleston Predators offense. T.D. Drew is under center. Keith Swearingen, the running back. Terrell Sutherland, the fullback. Ken McCarro, Buchanan Simons, and Jay Taylor, the wide receivers. Lyric Da Vinci at tight end, and Fred Dukes on the offensive line. Bunch formation to the left, single right, 4 down linemen for Queen City. Second down and 8 for their own 16. The left arm of T.D. Drew floats it over the middle, and that's a first down catch for Ken McCarro up to the 25.
Yeah, McCarro going to be a chain mover. That was a nice route and a good throw by T.D. Drew to get them out of their own end zone. Get down the field. Now decent field position for the Predators. Let's see if they get Swearingen involved.
Ken McCarro and Buchanan Simons have been an excellent 1-2 punch. Swearingen does get involved, but all it involves is his back getting pushed to the turf immediately after he picked up the football by B.J. Loveless, second down and 10.
Loveless, a veteran in the SFL, picked that play out early, saw only one receiver on the field, and immediately just zeroed in on Jet Zero and made a heck of a play there at the line of scrimmage.
Now dotting the I, Keith Swearingen on 2nd and 10. Drew pitches to Swearingen, trying to get a room to run, cuts it back to the middle, and only finds 3 yards of space in which to work before he's tackled by Jared Crow. Here's the Queen City defense. Defensive line of Andre Krim, DJ Majesty, and David Tilley. Linebackers B.J. Loveless and Jared Crow, who both made tackles in the past 2 plays. Cody Griffin and Ted Haynes at corner. Kappa Jones, Maurice Lloyd, King Jamal at safety. Now 4 wide receivers on 3rd and 7. Drew with the left arm, forced to throw on the move, and it's dropped by Ken McCarro. And you cannot put that against T.D. Drew. That was a really good throw under the circumstances.
Yeah, hit the receiver right in the hands. I mean, I guess McCarro got distracted there by the referee, but it ain't excusable in my mind. You gotta catch that ball and extend that drive for your offense.
And Queen City only takes just less than 2 minutes off the clock. Or excuse me, Charleston does on their opening possession, giving the ball off to Queen City, who took 7.5 minutes off the clock on their opening drive. And if this is the way the game is going to play out, chances for points are going to be few and far between for the Predators, as Queen City will start with decent field position at their own 41 after the punt by Wally Saddle.
Yeah, the back end of the defense for Charleston really needs to step up here. They got to slow down this attack of the Queen City Corsairs, and really focus in and stop a drive. A 3-and-out would be huge for the Predators.
Let's see if they can get it done here. Bunch formation to the right, single left. Caswell under center, takes the snap, 3-step drop. Going to throw it out to the flat. It is caught by James Matthew Jr., and he now goes into the lead for the most targets for Queen City thus far today. Not really what you'd expect for the 5-season veteran tight end.
Yeah, usually is, James Matthew Jr. usually the second or third option for this offense, but, starting this game has gotten a lot of love.
Well, he has been getting work in the passing game this season. 50 receptions, over 400 yards, and almost 10 yards a reception. Jet Zero gets put in the ground right at midfield, brings up a 3rd and 2. Excellent tackle there. I believe that was Jack Brown coming up the middle.
3rd and 2 from midfield, Michael. I mean, this is obvious. I think this is a running situation for Queen City, and Charleston's in a nickel defense.
Just try and get a head-on-ahead and make a lane for your running back or the fullback, and it's a first down. Chris Komisak now doubles his number of carries he had from last week with his second of the first quarter and picks up a big first down. That's a gutsy call by the Queen City offensive coordinator, Chris Komisak.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a third linebacker on the field for Charleston, but didn't get one there, and a first down for Queen City.
Just past midfield, Caswell going to try and take the top off the defense, and it was excellently read on the back end by Johnny Bravo.
There you go. Now a good play. Queen City opening up the playbook a little bit there, taking a shot down the field. But Charleston prepared in good coverage, and now, with the second long, let's see if Charleston can flip the script a little bit on Queen City and apply some pressure on second long.
And when Caswell dropped back to pass, I was thinking, oh no, they're going to take the top off the defense, and Charleston wasn't ready for it. But it was excellent coverage one-on-one by Bravo. This time Caswell's going to settle into the pocket, fire over the middle, and Deezer Powell catches that one in stride all the way down to the Charleston 31.
And a balanced attack from Queen City through the air, attacking the outside and over the middle. Short intermediate routes for the most part. They did have one long shot, but for the most part, settling in with these 5 to 7 yard passes, and it's working very well for him.
Zach Lay just completely missed Powell right after he made the catch. Would have brought up a third down, but instead we reached under a minute to go in the first quarter, and Queen City is knocking on the door of the red zone once again from the 31-yard line. Caswell once again has all day in the pocket, but throws that one behind James Matthew Jr., and it's almost picked off. It just hit the ground eventually, to the relief of everybody at Conpro Field today.
Yeah, and almost an opportune moment for the defense is, Jack Hoffman almost had an opportunity to come away with it, but, Caswell got to find a way to make a little bit of a better throw there and avoid that almost costly mistake.
It is 27-6, St. Louis over Vancouver. The Gladiators not happy about dropping a decision to San Diego last week. Here into the flat to the far side. There's the first catch of the day for rookie Doug Spelling. And it'll be 3rd down and 4. Third attempt at a 3rd down stop for Charleston now.
Yeah, and Queen City, they've got this is exactly, I think, the position they want to be in when it comes to the passing game. A 3rd and 4 allows them to run anything over the middle and the out routes, and so I think Queen City is excited for this 3rd and 4.
Caswell, man comes open underneath. He finds James Matthew Jr. First down at the 15-yard line as the first quarter expires. It has been all Corsairs all the time through the first 11 minutes here at Conpro Field, and they're in the red zone to start the second quarter when we come back. The SFL on Twitch, presented by APM Music. Stay with us. Second quarter on tap here from Compro Field. My name is Michael Torello. Stephen Hacker is in the booth with me. Shan Varner is on stats, giving us the numbers we need to make the broadcast run smoothly. Queen City has been all over Charleston so far and looking to double their lead. That's a run up the middle from Comasac, and it'll get only 2, and it'll be second down and 8. I mean, I think there's not much you can do to sum up that first quarter other than domination, Stephen.
Yeah, Queen City really took control of the ball, from the opening kickoff and really didn't let off the gas at all. Here they are getting ready to put on their second points of this ball game.
And it'll be up to Charleston to try and limit them to 3, but behind Jet Zero and the power of Jet Zero, that doesn't look likely as Queen City's inside the 5-yard line for the second time in 2 drives.
Yeah, inside the 5-yard line, and now, Queen City has the opportunity to hand off to Jet Zero 3 times, but, it'd be interesting to see what kind of defense Charleston comes out in, as I think here near the end zone, Queen City's going to try to attack the middle or the back of the end zone, and if Charleston has a good defense in, they can stop Queen City and hold them to a field goal.
Jet Zero, he leads the league in rushing touchdowns, and he's not going to get a receiving touchdown there as a combination of Jack Brown and Corey Menor made the tackle on the outside, and it's second down and goal. Let's see if Queen City goes back to the run. They do, and Jet Zero for the second time goes into the end zone untouched for a Queen City touchdown. And Jet Zero continues to lead the league in touchdowns on the ground. That's number 16 on the season.
And what a story Jet Zero is. I mean, started out as a fullback in the league and just over time worked on his speed, worked on his agility, his ball carrying, and now is the premier back for the Queen City Corsairs and leads the SFL in touchdowns. What a great story from this young man out of the backfield.
And as well as things have been going in Baltimore, Jet Zero will probably top my list for offensive MVP so far. Here we are halfway through week 9. Extra point from Judah Dorgan is up and good. Queen City takes a 14-0 lead. But it is hard to argue with what Jack Wigmore and the Baltimore Vultures attack has done so far this season.
Yeah, Baltimore at the top of the standings, have really looked tough all season long. A couple of hiccups here and there, but always prevailing and just looks sharp. And, up at the top, but, Queen City, I know I was paying attention to the Discord chat, Michael, and I saw head coach Chris Comasac saying that they're out to get Baltimore. I believe they have one more opportunity to play them, and I know that head-to-head matchup, Queen City's looking ahead towards it, but obviously not taking their eyes off of Charleston at all. But, they want their matchup with Baltimore because Baltimore's getting all this hype, and they feel like they deserve some too.
Yeah, next week it's Queen City at Baltimore in a game that, may decide their division. I think Baltimore has it well in hand. There's a pass over the middle. This is only the second offensive possession for Charleston, and we're 9 minutes away from halftime. That's how dominant Queen City's been at controlling the ball so far. But that's a nice 8-yard pickup across the middle.
Well, 7-2. So if Queen City wins out and then Baltimore, they're undefeated right now. But if they lose 2, then Queen City would hold that head-to-head tie. So I don't think Baltimore has. I don't know yet. I think we would need an update from Commish on that one.
Out to the far side here, Swearingen off the reception, and he picks up Charleston's first down of the ball game. And before Queen City lost back-to-back games against Carolina and Florida, after their week 6 win against Tulsa, we were all hyping up, it could be undefeated versus undefeated, a battle for the number 1 overall seed in that week 10 matchup. That's not, unfortunately, how it worked out, but it will still be a clash of the Titans next week. T.D. Drew comes out slinging and picks up a first down up near midfield. Nice catch right up the middle that time by
Michael.
Vinci.
Sorry, I was going back looking through the Discord and league alerts, and it says Baltimore has clinched a first-round bye, but have not yet clinched the North. So still open this North Division's still open for Queen City to maybe take the crown.
And it will be on next week. But they still got to take care of business right now against
Absolutely.
Charleston. Pitch to Swearingen won't get far. In fact, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and not an inch more. Nice tackle by Cappa Jones, 2nd down and 10. I formation, single receiver. 3 linebackers, and they're going to throw. Drew waits, and it's picked off. He was trying to hit his receiver in stride, but he threw it just a little bit in front of him, and Maurice Lloyd makes him pay.
Yeah, when you have a tight end like that with the safety, I would have made it more of a jump ball. I think he threw it behind him and a little short. I would have led him more to the sideline and gave your tall wide receiver or tight end an opportunity to go up and get that one. But Charleston gives this one away. Now Queen City going to have pretty good field position here, just 10 yards away from midfield.
Interception number 25 on the season for T.D. Drew. And it gives the ball back to Queen City. Chris Komisak right up the middle for 3 yards. Maurice Lloyd, that is his 5th interception of his rookie campaign and moves him into 2nd place on the team. The only player ahead of him is Cody Griffin, who's got 7. Continuing the ground and pound game with Jet Zero, and somehow he got away from the entirety of the front 7 of Charleston and had to be dragged down at the 48-yard line into plus territory.
And Jet Zero just keeps his legs moving there, through all the mess in the middle. And like you said, Michael somehow finds a way and gets a first down out of that. Charleston, I think, needs to find a way to try to take advantage of Queen City's conservativeness right now. I mean, they have to find a way to get them off the field and get some points on the board.
Caswell throws to the open man. Nice turn upfield by James Matthews. Ho, turn it on a dime, the tight end with a huge gain on first down.
And Caswell quickly got the ball out of his hands and letting his receivers work here today. And it's paying off big for Queen City as they're just methodically moving down the field. Caswell looking really sharp. Yet to only with 2 incompletions so far in this ball game.
James Matthew Jr. 6 for 6 for 42 yards to lead the team in the reception category. Jet Zero bounces off one tackler and then is tackled hard by Josh Reese. 2nd down and 7. Let's see if Charleston can try and get off the field here. It starts with this 2nd down play, but there's only 2 linebackers out there in a run-first formation for Queen City. Caswell is going to pass, go to the flat for Zero, and Zero can't get past the first man, who was Jack Brown. 3rd down and 3.
In this 3rd and 3 situation, Michael, it'll be really interesting to see if Queen City tries to run the ball. I think this is a good spot for Charleston to get a stop if they run it, but if they throw it, they might be in trouble.
Last time they were in this position, they ran Komisak, and Komisak got the yards they needed. This time, Caswell's going to air it out for a touchdown. Beautiful. Drop it in the bucket for Christopher Ochoa.
And the right timing. Queen City only took 1 shot like that earlier in the ball game, but tight spiral from Caswell. They were waiting to throw this play in there, and they drew it up at just the right time. And Ochoa, with a great route, gives Queen City a big lead.
And how about the veteran presence of A.J. Caswell to go right back at Johnny Bravo, who deflected that long pass earlier in the ball game. He says, well, you got me once, you ain't going to get me twice. And it was an excellent move by Ochoa to get a step on the cornerback, and Caswell found him in the end zone. And you will not see a prettier drop pass this season. Queen City up 3 scores halfway through the 2nd quarter.
Charleston needs some kind of response here, Michael. This game is getting away from them pretty quick. They need to show some kinds of life here with this possession before the half. A 3 points would be nice, but 7 points would be great. As Queen City has looked really, really sharp here at home.
I just think that Charleston needs to hold the ball for more than 2 first downs and
Right.
maybe let Queen City have a chance to score more before the half. And they're going to have to do it from their own 22. Excellent special teams coverage, as Jay Taylor couldn't get out much past the 20. First and 10 now for Charleston. They'll go I formation. 7 in the box for Queen City to get to Swearingen, and Swearingen care less who's in the box, because he's going to get to the second level and pick up 6.
Yeah, and I like the play call. You show the run. Queen City comes out with 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, so you have a little bit of an advantage there. Go ahead and run it up the gut, and they got 6 yards out of it. I like the look there from the Predators.
And I mentioned it earlier, it's just hat on a hat. Everybody blocks somebody and you'll be fine. Now, TD Drew going to throw, but before he can do that, he is buried back at the 21-yard line. Look out, it's the Crim Reaper, Andre Crim.
And the same kind of look from Charleston there. They showed like they were going to run and then elect to pass, but they had Queen City expecting a pass. If they had ran it, they probably would have got a lot better result there. But now in a 3rd and long, Michael.
That's a 7-yard loss on only the 2nd sack of the season for Crim. Drew, this time going to air it out. It's deflected and incomplete, looking for Ken McCarro, and it's another 3 and out for the Charleston Predators.
Yeah, McCarro is the kind of guy that can make that play. I don't blame Drew for looking there on the corner, the post corner, but Queen City prepared, and in those 3rd and long situations, you got one opportunity to make that big play, and when the corner can tip it away like that, it's unfortunate. But Charleston's got to find a better response on 1st and 2nd down to keep these drives alive.
And it's another punt upcoming for Wally Saddle, his 2nd. And a nice return. Look out. Doug Spelling takes the ball deep into Charleston territory, and we mentioned not having Queen City get another shot at it. They might get 2 more shots at it with the field position, they have right now.
Well, I'll be interested to see if Queen City tries to draw up that deep go route, that go route that they ran a couple of times in the similar field position. If Charleston can make the right adjustments, Bravo is the kind of corner that can make that play. So we'll see if Queen City will draw that same kind of play up whenever they get a couple more yards closer to the end zone.
Caswell steps back, throws short across the middle. Deezer Powell, not much room to run after catch, but it is a 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Are you a next level SFL fan? Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player and to join our community. Check out League Leaders. We've got stats from 17 seasons of SFL action and track game, season, and career numbers of all the players over time who have gone from couch to field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong. Caswell back to pass again. It's the exact same play where Powell comes across the middle late. He finds him again, this time for 5, and it's 3rd and 2.
Boy, and I think Queen City I think they want to run the ball here, but I think they're going to throw it on this one. I feel like this is a good throwing situation for the Corsairs. Got me wrong.
Proven wrong, and Jet Zero doesn't care because he's running through everybody down inside the 5. Oh, that would have been a remarkable touchdown, but he was just tackled right at the end by Zach Lay.
And a nice change up there from the Corsairs. Good lead blocking up the middle, and Jet Zero does the rest. Trucks through a bunch of defenders and almost finishes that one off. A huge play for the Corsairs, trying to get points here before the half.
I'll be calling Jet Zero the Energizer Bunny before too long because he just goes and goes and goes, and the legs do not stop churning.
I've been
Now
seeing
inside
Jet
the
Hero in the
5.
chat, Mike. Jet Hero, I like that one a lot.
Jet Hero is good too. Queen City, once again, Deezer Powell touchdown. Corsairs at its 27 to nothing. 28 pending the extra point with still over 2 minutes to go in the first half.
And Queen City, you know, changing it up. They got a little bit of an element of surprise here in their offense, and that's what it takes. You know, you can't rely solely on slants and outs, and you know they throw in an underneath route with some nice running plays as well. And Queen City's off to the races here early in this ballgame.
And Charleston looked like they didn't plan for that underneath route in practice all week because they threw it 3 times and Powell was wide open every single time, including on the touchdown catch. Extra point up and good. It is now 28 to nothing, 2:16 to go in the second quarter. The SFL 17th postseason gets underway on Next Level Sports and For the Fans Saturday, October 16th and Sunday, October 17th with wild card round matchups. For the newest SFL participants, the SFL's minor league kicks off its 4th season Friday, October 15th. The SFL's YouTube channel is home to all minor league action at youtube.com/SimulationFL. To get on the field and into the action, visit simulationfl.net to create a player today. Charleston starts at their own 29, leading anything before the end of the first half. They got 2 minutes and 11 seconds to get something done here.
And they don't need it all in one play, Michael. You know, they've got timeouts, they've got time on the clock. They don't have to take a deep shot right here, right now. They just need to work their way down the field and get into scoring position.
A quick note from Cameron Irvine. Charleston being outgained totally 260 to 46 to this point. Keith Swearingen trying to fix that as he picks up 11 and a first down.
Yeah, Swearingen's going to be that piece, Michael. I think that, you know, Charleston's going to have to score points, obviously, but I think if Charleston wants to extend drives, it's going to be on the legs of Keith Swearingen. There's still plenty of time in this ballgame for Charleston to make a comeback, but you need to keep your stars going.
2-minute warning of the first quarter. It's all Queen City at home in Buffalo, New York. It's the Corsairs 28, the Charleston Predators nothing.
What's up, everyone? I'm Doug. What's up, everyone? I'm Doug, oh my God.
I'm Doug Brown, running back, Mud Dogs. That's Potty, Kicker, Dragons. That's Benny Butcher, DT, Dragons. We the Simpot, the late night SFL podcast. Check us out on YouTube and Twitter.
Under 2 minutes to go from the first half from Compro Field. Charleston looking for something before the end of the first. Down 28-0 against Queen City Corsairs. That is a toss out to the far side to the rookie Terrell Sutherland, and he'll pick up 8 yards. And it's not that Charleston have gotten nothing, Stephen. They've gotten chunk plays of 7, 8, 6, but they haven't been able to finish sets of downs. They haven't been able to get first downs. 2nd and 2. This time they do move the chains into Queen City territory. And this is the farthest that the Predators have gone so far, field position-wise, because they got to the 49 before Drew got picked off midway through the 2nd quarter. It's just a check down to Swearingen. Swearingen running backwards after being roughed up there in the backfield. And here comes the up-tempo offense for the Predators. Loss of 1 second, 11. Drew gonna check it down again. Swearingen, can he get the sideline? Yes, but he can't get the first down. Timeout, Charleston with 41 seconds left to go in the quarter.
Charleston looks pretty calm here. I mean, they're trying to figure it out, getting their way down the field, but no real sense of urgency yet. But that's what you need. Act like you've done it before. Move your way down the field. Still a couple of timeouts here and plenty of time on the clock. You just need to convert this first down. Good formation, Michael.
Yeah, I like this set for Charleston. They need 2 yards. Drew gonna throw, gonna go underneath to Macaro, who's been his favorite target. And he does pick up the first down. Charleston advances to the Queen City 33, clock running 30 seconds in the half. Drew gonna go long this time, and it is caught. Lyric Da Vinci inside the red zone.
Yeah, and they needed that play. Great formation to come out. They knew that they were gonna have to huddle up and run a play, or not huddle up, run a no-huddle offense and get back to the line quickly. So that was a great formation for Charleston. Now looks like they took another timeout to stop the clock with 25 to go. One remaining timeout in this half for the Predators.
Charleston knocking on the door. They're at the 14-yard line. They've got 1 timeout and 25 seconds left. They can take a shot over the middle here if they so choose. Drew stands in the pocket, hit as he throws, and it's complete down to the 3-yard line. They're not going to take their final timeout with 15 seconds left. They're going to rush to the line.
Do it again with Swearingen.
Drew back of the end zone, intercepted. And the wave of black and green domination continues. Cody Griffin, interception number 2. Or excuse me, interception number 8 on the season for him.
What
and just
recognition.
Like that
was a great play by the rookie, Michael.
It was. He leaped and grabbed it.
And what a steal in the draft, too. I mean, he was taken in the 2nd round.
Yeah, for a second I thought that was Maurice Lloyd with his 2nd pick, and then I looked at the number and I went, oh, wait, that's the rookie. Zero. Up the middle for 4, and that'll be how the first half ends. Well, Charleston has an impressive drive to end the half, but it's taken away on T.D. Drew's 2nd interception of the first half. It ends 28-0. Corsairs away on top at halftime. Steven, your thoughts on a very quick first half?
My thoughts is just ball control. I mean, Queen City at home has just dominated this ball game, and it's been 100% on 3rd downs, Michael. 100% on 3rd down conversions, and Queen City hasn't been feeling any pressure here. They look extremely prepared. They're trying to push. They like I said, during the game, head coach Chris Komisak said in the Discord chat that they're ready for their shot at Baltimore. They feel like that they can win that ball game, and they're displaying a heck of a game plan here. We still got a whole 2nd half to go, Michael. So, for Charleston, I think, they need to calm down. They need to figure out a way to convert some first downs and string a drive together. And it's going to start, in the 2nd half. And Keith Swearingen is really that piece, in my opinion, Michael, that's going to get them there. Give him 2 looks on 1st and 2nd down, and then see what you can draw up on 3rd down. Your other receivers have made good plays. Jay Taylor, Ken Macaro, Buchanan Simons, these are guys that you can call up in a 3rd down situation and get a first down. But I think Keith Swearingen is really going to be the ticket if Charleston wants to make a comeback in this ballgame.
Yeah, I think they got to get Swearingen going, just like Jet Zero is rumbling and stumbling. He is on fire today. 2 touchdowns for number 40. And I think there was some hesitation amongst Queen City fans and players and everybody else in the Discord that maybe they were looking past Charleston to next week's big showdown with Baltimore. And, well, the Corsairs have silenced those doubters pretty convincingly in the first half. It's 28-0. We begin the second half. Charleston does start the second half with the football after they won the toss at the beginning of the game. And aside from that final drive for Charleston right before the interception, it was about as one-sided a first half as I've seen calling SFL games in terms of yardage and possession and time of possession and field position.
Yeah, and really just not making mistakes, right? I mean, it was about as good a half as you could play for any football team, and so that was a great, well-executed first half for the Corsairs, and let's see if they can replicate it in the second half.
Looks like they're set up to get Keith Swearingen the ball here early. And Drew, plenty of time to throw into double coverage, and the ball is jarred loose on the hit. Drew was looking for Ethan White, and it's 2nd down and 10. That last play might have been a little bit of a force from Drew as he feels like he's got to get the Predators back in this game all on his lonesome. He's going to check it down to Swearingen, who breaks one tackle and then is dragged down after a gain of 4, 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Queen City electing to put speed on the field over strength in some of these run situations where it looks like Charleston's going to run the ball. So I think the defensive side, the defensive coaching staff did their homework and putting good defensive formations out there on the defensive side of the ball as well.
0% on 3rd down, 0 for 3 in the first half of Charleston, and they're going to be 0 for 4 as T.D. Drew gets taken down for a massive sack all the way back at the 24-yard line. David Tilley came through the offensive line untouched.
I mean, how do you whiff on your assignment? I mean, somebody up there on the offensive line has got to make a call on that. I mean, that just looks like a blown coverage there on the front, and absolutely gets the quarterback laid out. You can't have that.
Tilley with a team-leading 6th sack of the season. He also leads all defensive linemen with 28 tackles and has a pass defense, remarkably enough. Queen City going to get the ball back in decent field position after the punt by Saddle at their own 47-yard line. Well, if you're just joining us, it's been Queen City all the way, 2 rushing touchdowns for Jet 0 and a passing touchdown from A.J. Caswell to Christopher Ochoa. 2 interceptions on T.D. Drew, 1 by Cody Griffin, 1 by Maurice Lloyd. It's been all green and black as they prepare for their showdown with Baltimore next week. And that has been a major portion of Queen City's offense, that out route to James Matthew Jr.
Yeah, really looking to build off of that play, the twins to the other side, and it isolates Matthew there on the other side, and he's been getting open all game long, and it's just a rhythm route. It's a timing route for Caswell and Matthew Jr. Whenever Matthew Jr. has been here since he's a rookie with Queen City since a rookie, and that's just 4 or 5 seasons of work right there in timing.
0 middle, breaks a tackle, gets a first down to the Queen City 40-yard line. Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official jersey apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear from Sector 6 Promotions, 97 Sports Promotions of the SFL. Excuse me, Jet 0 running down the field. I missed the end of the ad read because I thought he was going all the way.
Right, you were getting super excited for that ad read, Michael. That was great. But yeah, Jet Zero just didn't have enough speed to get out to the outside as he gets dragged down, caught from behind. But a nice blocking, a nice gap to run through up front, as he had all the room in the world. Could have drove a Mack truck through that hole.
So get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. There, I did it correctly. Please don't hurt me. Cam. All right, Jet Zero on a handoff again, and he's powering through defenders again. A 7-yard pickup on first down.
And looking to punish Zach Lay, who made the tackle on the previous play, as Zero lowers his shoulder on that one, got the better of the safety on that one.
Once again, the clock. Tick, 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 tick when Queen City has the ball. They've been so efficient, and that Deezer power route that got him the 4th touchdown of the Queen City first half comes up just short this time. It's 3rd down and less than a yard.
And yeah, interesting spot there, but good job by Charleston to keep everything in front of them and collapse on the ball as soon as the ball was caught. And now a 3rd and short. Charleston needs to make a stand here.
It'll be Jet Zero running behind his fullback Komisak, and he got the 1 yard they needed. And it'll be for the 5th time, Queen City inside the 15-yard line of Charleston. I'm sorry, for the 4th time inside the 15-yard line of Charleston. 3 of their 4 touchdowns came from inside the 5. 2 Jet Zero runs and the short pass to Deezer Powell. And here's the short pass to Deezer Powell again, and once again, Charleston really doesn't have an answer for it at the point of attack. It takes Jack Offman to bring him down at the 5-yard line, so it's Queen City in their wheelhouse once again.
Yeah, really can, with 2 opportunities to get the first down, really can do anything here on the 2nd 2. And we'll see what Queen City tries to do.
Only 2 linebackers on the field right now. It's going to be Zero, and he can't get away this time. Excellent wrap-up by Dick Baker, and it's 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and finally a push up front from the defensive line, but from Charleston. And, this 3rd and 2, I think Queen City may look to go over the middle. We'll see what they do, and if Charleston can make a big stand.
It's going to be Zero, and he's going to be short. He's going to be a yard short, and Charleston finally finding something on the defensive end. Joseph Sabolka with the tackle, and will potentially force Queen City to kick a field goal here with Judah Dorgan, and they will.
That's a job well done. I mean, you let Queen City get into scoring position, but you showed yourself and you showed Queen City that you can stand, you can keep them out of the end zone, and that's a great first step. We'll see. We'll see if the offense can take a little stress off this defense now that Charleston's about to get the ball back.
Just a chip shot 20-yarder is good from Dorgan, and he is now 11 of 14 on the season on field goal attempts. Charleston take the 31-0 lead. 5:24 to go in the 3rd. So if you're Charleston right now, coming back in this game would be one of the greatest SFL comebacks of all time. What positives can you find in the last quarter and a half of this contest, even if you don't come back and challenge for the win?
Well, I think some of the things that I saw in this ball game were, if other teams adjust, this is speaking from Charleston's perspective, if other teams adjust to you the way that Queen City did, I think that you can exploit some matchup differences that where maybe you're throwing the ball, next week you can run the ball. I think that there's some things you can learn and pick out. Maybe why this game is going a little bit away from you, but I haven't seen anything necessarily negative from Charleston. I mean, they got to find a way to string together first downs, and I think that's been their biggest Achilles heel in this ball game.
Drew once again forced to check it down to Swearingen, and that's been their most oft-used play of the afternoon. It does gain 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. Charleston next week has a massive showdown with Carolina, and both playoff lives potentially on the line. I know Carolina's strength of victory is good enough so they might have a chance to get it at 6-6. Charleston doesn't have as good strength of victory, so they would probably need 7 wins to get in. A very interesting battle next week down south in the Palmetto State.
First and 10 from 35-yard line.
3 right, single left, 1 in the backfield. That's Swearingen on the right hip of TD Drew. Drew takes the snap, looking, throwing middle, and it's caught by Maccaro as he came back for the football. That was very close to being picked off as there were a couple of black jerseys in the area.
Yeah, and you know, Drew was hit as he was throwing that ball as well. So, you know, really struggling to get things going. But sometimes that's what it takes. You got to fight through it, and that was a great job by Maccaro to steal that one away from the defender.
Now 2nd down and 5. A reminder that Charleston is 0 for 4 on 3rd downs. So you probably would want to get the first down here. Swearingen can't do it. He is shouldered to the ground after a gain of 2. Nice tackle by Kappa Jones. Haven't heard much from the 7-season veteran today, but he makes a big tackle there. Can Charleston pick up their first 3rd down conversion of the game? They have 3rd down and 2, and that's an excellent play call. Just a 3-yard out, and it's 1st down to the 45-yard line.
And that was just a great throw by Drew. Da Vinci had the size advantage on the defender, but you know, Queen City was prepared for that defensively. But just a great body by Da Vinci to get the defender on his back hip, and a good throw by Drew to get it out there where only the receiver could get it.
Looks like Charleston set up to go down the field. Drew, pressure coming, gets the pass away. It's caught. A 1st down inside Queen City territory at the 40-yard line.
Now Charleston's starting to look a little comfortable here, Michael, as they're trying to move the ball down the field. That's a very familiar play from the Predators.
Yeah, just across the middle, deep slant to Jay Taylor. And we still haven't heard from Buchanan Simons so far this afternoon.
Yeah, very interesting that they haven't elected to take that deep shot with Simons yet.
Swearingen keeps the feet going, picks up 8 yards, eventually dragged down by DJ Majesty. Simons came into this game leading the team in receiving yards with 772 and receiving touchdowns with 5, but has not been targeted once so far. 2nd and 2. I formation, under 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Swearingen runs away from a man in the backfield. That's beautiful adjustment on the fly, because you know that play was designed to go right down the middle, and if he had gone, he would have just run straight into David Tilley.
Yeah, and again, you know, they're showing a run, and Queen City's continuing to put speed on the field over strength, and so I like the run there in that situation, and you're absolutely right. Good adjustment by Swearingen to get out there to the outside on that run.
Now they spread him out 4 wide. Drew in the gun. Extra pressure coming. Has to throw it away short. Oh, look out. Going the wrong way is Jay Taylor, and it's going to be a 5-yard loss.
And man, could have maybe lost more. A generous spot from the ref, and the spin move took him out of position. I think he lost his positioning on the field, but man, that's a great, for a cornerback, you're happy to get out there and get that tackle for a loss. You don't get many opportunities at that. So Kappa Jones really happy to get that TFL there.
That might be the biggest case of Murphy's Law I've seen in a long time in the SFL. It's been hitting Charleston pretty hard today, but that one they can have a legitimate gripe about. Pressure in his face off the edge, blitz. TD Drew completes it for a 10-yard gain, sets up a 3rd down and manageable 5 inside the red zone. And that's a catch for Daniel Blumenthal.
That was a big boy throw from TD Drew. Pressure coming off the edge, untouched. And Drew had to make a big throw, and he did.
3rd down and 5. Let's see what the Predators dial up here. It's I formation, 2 to the right. They're going to run straight right up the middle, and he is going to be a yard short. Now, if you're Charleston, do you take the points here and take the goose egg off the board, or potentially go for 6? And I see Brad Burchett coming onto the field. They are going to try and kick a chip shot field goal, but they'll do that when the 4th quarter begins. Oh, wait, they're set up to go for it here. 3 seconds to go in the 3rd. Will they get a playoff, and they call it out?
What?
With 1 second to go in the 3rd.
Okay, so maybe I understand the reasoning here. They didn't want to go into the 4th quarter. They knew that they were going to take the field goal, so now they're going to kick the field goal and kick the ball off to start the 4th quarter. So a little interesting there, clock management wise, but I guess I understand why they took the timeout. But I would have liked to have that 3rd timeout in my back pocket, Michael, going into the 4th quarter.
I'm sorry, Steven. I disagree with you wholeheartedly on that one. I just don't see it. You have a timeout in the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
If you're trying to draw Queen City offside, just wait till the end of the quarter.
I mean, I'm trying to wrap my mind around why it would have been called, and I think that's the logic there. If that's how it went down, that's just how I see it happening. I was trying to make sense of what I was witnessing.
Brad Burchett kicks his 17th field goal of the season to put Charleston on the board. It is 31-3. We head to the 4th quarter after this. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Twitch. Fourth quarter on tap between the Queen City Corsairs and the Charleston Predators. Queen City's got this one well in hand. 31-3, your scoreline. My name is Michael Torello. Stephen Hacker is alongside me in the broadcast booth. Chan Varner doing stats, and Cameron Irvine is doing production as always. It's the fourth quarter, St. Louis and Vancouver, and St. Louis is a very convincing win over Vancouver and dragging our attention away from this game for a second, Steven. St. Louis really needed that one.
Yeah, they really needed that win, and boy, Vancouver sliding a little bit here late in this season as just watching that game as our game has progressed. There hasn't been much movement. That game got out to 27-3 early, and now it's just hovering around 27-9, but you have to be wondering what's going on in Vancouver. But St. Louis, holding on for their playoff hopes and dreams, is getting a big win against Vancouver today.
I mean, St. Louis, that is about as big of a flip between 2 weekends as you can get. They got upset by San Diego. That was only the San Diego's second win in franchise history, and now they turn around and beat Vancouver, a team that is a perennial playoff contender.
Right. And it just shows, the parity in the SFL, Michael. Any week, really, you could be looking down your nose at somebody and they come out and smack you right in the mouth. And then the next week you're going up against a powerhouse and they look down their nose at you and you get to smack them in the mouth. So it's, you got to come in every week prepared as Queen City this week showing that they're very prepared, trying to go into their matchup next week against Baltimore, the right now at the top of the SFL food chain.
3rd down and 5. Queen City's only missed on 1 3rd down attempt so far. This time, A.J. Caswell, beautiful deep strike. This time he's got Deezer Powell, and Powell is down inside the 10-yard line. If you thought the Corsairs were going to take their foot off the gas in the fourth, well, think again.
Yeah, that was Doug Spelling, the rookie, Michael, there on the right side, making a big play. Bravo almost got a hand on it, and, Queen City called that play 3 or 4 times in this ball game, or with that target in particular. They called that route 4 times in particular in this ball game, and have had really good success with it. Have already scored a touchdown, and then that time a big play. And you're right, Michael. Queen City not looking to take their foot off the gas pedal, not one bit.
Yeah, apologies to Doug Spelling on that last call. Here is Jet Zero. He's still looking for a hat trick of touchdowns. Did he get there?
Man.
Yes, he did. Touchdown, Queen City. And just like that, it's 37 points for the Corsairs.
Yeah, playing hero ball here today. Gets into the end zone, but takes a big shot just as he crosses the line. And Charleston showing their frustration a little bit there, but Jet Zero having a heck of a ball game here, Michael.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think he got in. I wasn't sure if if Charleston was going to challenge it because the game's not very close. But they do throw the challenge flag, especially on the second angle of the replay that we got, where it was on the ground, kind of even with the goal line. It doesn't look like the ball crossed the plane.
It looked good there to me. It looked like on the initial shoulder charge, he got it out, and then whenever he was hit, the ball came back behind the line. That's my opinion on it.
Well, he is going to be short. Jacob Clear and the rest of the Charleston coaching staff do call that one correctly, but it will be first and goal inside the 1. And Queen City has been living for these first and goals all day long. 3 of their touchdowns have come from inside the 5.
Home crowd not feeling that call. They don't like that overturned call on the field.
Well, it took away the 3rd touchdown of the day for Jet Zero, but oh no, that's Chris Comasack. Chris Comasack charges in, touchdown Queen City this time. It will count.
And everybody's cheered again, forgetting about the overturned touchdown as Comasack finds his way on a nice 1-yard touchdown dive right up the gut. And it's good to see the fullback getting involved here, Michael.
I think the only person not happy with that call was Jet Zero because it took a touchdown off the board for him. Would have been his 17th of the season, but it's the first of the season for fullback Chris Comasack. And it gives Queen City a 37-3 lead. 9:23 to go fourth quarter. Judah Dorgan on for the extra point. That's most of what he's been doing all day. That's a bad snap, but the holder does corral it, and it is up and good. So, Queen City goes run, long bomb, run, and gets a touchdown.
Yeah, that's, whenever you've got the game in hand and maybe the defense was thinking, if anything, they're just going to check it down, they're going to go short. The defense maybe played a little too tight, maybe overcommitted to the run, and that attributed to that deep shot down the field, Michael. And, I know you're trying to make something happen on the defensive side of the ball, but you got to stay true to your assignment and not get beat because now that gave the opportunity to Queen City to extend their lead even more.
And I want to give a shout out to the Queen City special teams defense because again, Charleston starting inside their own 25, and it feels like they haven't really gotten a good return all afternoon. Swearingen on a check down makes a man miss with a spin move and picks up 4.
And Swearingen's really been trying his best all game long, Michael. He's been trying to find something in this defense, just hasn't been able to get anything going here today.
46 yards on 9 carries, 25 yards on 8 receptions for Swearingen. Now they're in the power eye, and TD Drew changes the play at the line. He's going to drop back to pass, goes short over the middle. That pass is caught by Lyric Da Vinci. And Da Vinci's probably been, aside from Ken McCarrow, the standout receiver for the Charleston side today.
Yeah, really, and it's not that he's getting his name called a lot, but it's the timeliness of his receptions, coming up with big receptions in big moments for the offense, like getting that first down there.
So 2 tight ends are the highest thrown to players on the day over the middle, pass caught, gain of 9. That was the that was Jay Taylor. Lyric Da Vinci, 18 yards, only matched by Ken McCarro's 19 yards. And then on the Queen City side, James Matthew Jr., 49 yards, and most of those on the little out route to the flat for about 5 or 6, but he's been very consistent on that. As up the middle towards midfield goes Keith Swearingen.
Yeah, and this is, I think, what Charleston's been missing all game. It's some of that change of pace. I mean, they've had a couple of nice plays here, and we'll see what now that they've got another first down. We'll see what they try to draw up on this one. That now that they're getting closer to midfield.
Drew gonna take a shot. It's caught
Whoa.
in tight coverage, and there is the first catch of the game for Buchanan Simons.
Yeah, and I would have liked to see something like that in the first half from the Predators. As Buchanan Simons has that big play X factor ability for the Predators, and he's just now getting his first target late in this ball game.
And that's a great route as well, and a nice play. And you see Simons just out-jumped Cody Griffin to get that ball at its highest point. But now looks like Charleston's going to go back to the run. With just under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Swearingen looking for a lane, won't find one, and eventually he is pushed to the ground after only a gain of 2 by Jared Crow.
Yeah, and that Swearingen was patient there, just didn't see the hole there to his left side before the linebacker who came blazing in from his right was able to make the hit, but Swearingen was very patient there, was trying to let the blocks happen in front of him, just couldn't get anything going.
Drew nailed as he lets it go, and a one-handed catch by Jay Taylor for a first down inside the 15.
Charleston's putting together their best drive of the game here, Michael. This is what Charleston's been missing. This has been a great drive for them as they've worked their way down the field, and it's maybe too little too late, Michael. I mean, this is what they've been needing to do all ball game.
That was a tough play by TD Drew. He saw the defender coming, and he stood in that pocket and let it go. He got crunched, but it did make it complete. Remember, Charleston, the last time they were down this area of the field, TD Drew threw an interception. That time a pitch to Terrell Sutherland will only get 1 yard. Oh, excuse me, that was Carroll Knight, the backup running back, with Swearingen on the sidelines. Drew looking, throwing, middle, deflected off the hands of Terrell Sutherland, incomplete.
Yeah, I think it's too early in his career. I don't think he quite has the hands out of the back, that far down the field to make that play just yet. But, man, you would have liked to see that result in 6 points because he was wide open there with the defender a couple yards away. I mean, felt like that should have been a touchdown.
Sutherland has a touchdown catch this season, but not on that occasion. Now 3rd down and 9. They go 4 wide. Drew, plenty of time to work. Fires back in the end zone, knocked away. A beautiful play by King Jamal on the back end to take away a touchdown. And it is 4th down, and the Queen City defense holds again.
I think TD Drew's got to be thinking, what do I have to do? I mean, I don't think he felt like he could make a better throw there, and I don't think I could disagree with him. It was just a fantastic play by King Jamal. Look at laying out, looking over his shoulder, makes a one-handed play on that ball. Great defensive effort by the safety.
Like a center fielder diving across the grass to make it out. Beautiful play by King Jamal. Poetry in motion for the 3-season veteran. And it will force another field goal by Brad Burchett, which is the only scoring that Charleston has had so far today. Burchett from 31 yards away. It is good. He is 2 of 2 on his 2 attempts. And Charleston now trails 38-6.
Still a lot of time left on the clock. I don't think there's any reason to go for the onside kick here. Maybe just kick this one long and try to play good defense and try to create a stop or a turnover and give your offense good starting field position. I agree not to go for an onside kick here, Michael.
Yeah, and I think for Charleston, the game was gone in the first half, but you have to take the little victories. They moved the ball well on 2 drives, actually 3 drives. One, they threw an interception, and they got 2 field goals. They've moved the ball well, just came up short in the red zone against one of the best defenses in the league. We haven't touched on it since the first quarter, but the Corsairs, top 5 in rushing yards against, top 5 in total yards against, and 6th in passing yards against.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup, and then on top of that, you're going into their stadium, into their home turf, and you're trying to play them when they're gearing up to make a deep, it looks like they're geared up to make a deep playoff run, and so Queen City definitely prepared and defensively and offensively for this ball game.
It'll be the Jet Zero show for the final 5 minutes, I am quite sure. Only gets one on that carry. You won't want to miss next Sunday's SFL action on For the Fans, kicking off at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Undefeated Baltimore visits now 8-2 Queen City in an epic battle between 2 of the top teams in the league, followed by 2 playoff hopefuls from opposite coasts, with Portland heading to Atlanta to take on the Swarm. Bonus coverage includes rivalries Carolina and Charleston. We touched on that matchup a little bit earlier. And DC London, Battle of the Capital Cities. It all comes your way next Sunday, October 3rd on For the Fans. That is a Sunday fun day, if I have ever heard of one. And we know we've been talking about, Queen City, Baltimore all night long. And yes, that's the marquee matchup. But that Portland-Atlanta game, sneaky good. Portland has shown a lot of people that they're a team to watch out for the future this season. And Atlanta's just been firing on all cylinders. They obliterated Tulsa yesterday.
Yeah, Atlanta has come out this season like somebody stole their lunch money, and they're looking to get it back. I mean, had an off season last season, and now this season, looking very, very tough. A return to form for the Swarm. And like I said, a lot of these teams going into the playoffs have really started to show their colors, and Atlanta's looking like a contender themselves.
Now, after Marcus Dunhill left after the championship season for Atlanta, it just hasn't felt the same. But I think that they're starting to get it together in the Peach State, and maybe that team has an outside shot at a deep playoff run. I mean, I'd put their offense with BDG Hollywood leading the line and, up there with the best in the SFL.
Yeah, and Bryant Dynasty is really, he's gotten comfortable in his role at quarterback there. Like you said, is after Marcus Dunhill left, and it takes a couple of seasons sometimes to kind of get that leadership role and get that figured out. And I think that they've really addressed some defensive struggles that they've had, and getting help for Joshua Williams there on the defensive line, but from the secondary and linebacking spot. So I think Atlanta really turned the corner defensively, and they've always been known to put up points, but I think it's their defense that's really helped them get that record this season.
And while we were talking about next week's action, as Swearingen is going to be pushed out for a loss of 1, we saw a momentous occasion. Queen City punted for the first time all day. Greg Morrison came out to kick the ball away. Amazing that was the first empty Queen City possession, and it came with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, again, Queen City has executed very well first and second half in this ball game, but it's what you expect. They have a little bit of a conservative thing, but when you have a power back like Jet Zero and a veteran quarterback like AJ Caswell, you can control the clock like they've done in this game.
Nice pass over the middle finds Jay Taylor, 3rd down and less than a yard. By the spot of that ball, looks like they should have had the first down. They're going to go up tempo, 3rd and 1. That's another nice pitch and catch. Buchanan Simons picks up his second grab of the day. Up tempo, Charleston. I think this may be just them trying to, get in a rhythm for next week's matchup at Carolina. Drew, deep ball, knocked away. Oh, almost intercepted. It was in and out of the hands of a couple of Corsair defenders. Chief among them, I believe that was, Ted Haynes potentially. Kappa Jones was in there.
Yeah, there was a lot of black jerseys in the area of that ball, but I think Charleston has looked their best on offense when they're kind of playing blind. When they're just going out there and playing football, it seems like that's when they play their best, and it's shown up here late in this ball game. Charleston's really putting together some offensive drives.
That's a beautiful pitch and catch. Lyric Da Vinci behind the defense. Charleston really wants to break into the end zone. They've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to do it. They're inside the 20-yard line. Drew sidearm over the middle. That ball is caught and fumbled, and Queen City picks it up. Now they're going to look at this. Daniel Blumenthal had the ball knocked away by a vicious hit after he caught it. I don't think that's a catch either, and Charleston is just barely going to get away with one.
I'm 0 for 1 today. Let's see if the challenge flag comes out. Yep, there it is. I'm 0 for 1 today, Michael. Let's see if I can get this one right.
Well, if you were 1 for 1, then this wouldn't have happened because Charleston won the challenge. And it's just barely inside the 2-minute booth review window.
Gonna get a good look at it. Good look at it there. That looks like a catch.
I agree with you. Oh, no, actually,
looks like a catch. Take a look.
I don't think he made a football. I don't think he made a football move. I think he got one foot in the ground and just got popped. Uh-oh. Looks like Steven is now 1 for 2.
Yeah, that second look really changed my mind, Michael. The first look at it, I couldn't quite see it, but that second look, it looked like to me he caught the ball, brought it down to his waist, and was turning up the field. It was very quick when it happened, but I also think that that's the right call. They got it right on this one.
All right, well, we are both 1 for 1, or 1 for 2 rather, on predicting challenges today.
I'll take it.
I don't think there'll be another one. So
with a grade like you in here, I'll take it.
Next Saturday on Next Level Sports, coverage of the Simulation Football League 17th season continues October 2nd. I will finish that after this break for the 2-minute warning. Queen City just trying to salt away the rest of the clock as they lead 38-6. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Twitch. Under 2 minutes to go, fourth quarter, Queen City and Charleston. It's been all black and green so far today, and it looks like the backups are on the field for the Corsairs. So I'll get to what I was telling you about before we left for the 2-minute warning break, and that's next Saturday on Next Level Sports. Coverage of the Simulation Football League 17th season continues October 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern Time in prime time. It's Arizona and Mexico City, followed by the tussle in the Pacific between its top two teams, Los Angeles and Vancouver, although Vancouver just got popped by St. Louis 30-16 today. Comasac up the middle, first down, clock runs.
Yeah, that Pacific Division is going to be wide open. You know, Portland's going to make a push to get into that one, and then, Michael, it's this time of the season is the most interesting time in the SFL. With each win, watching the teams rise and fall in the standings and how the matchups play out. I mean, this is the funnest time of the season, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, with so many teams so close, how many teams were coming into this week 5-4, 4-5? You know, or even 6-3, you could potentially fall out of it. And now the kneel downs are coming for backup quarterback Booker Repka. So next Saturday on Next Level Sports will be an interesting time to be alive. We welcome those of you who just watched St. Louis beat Vancouver 30-16. Right here, it's the Queen City Corsairs over the Charleston Predators 38-6. And well, you've missed a lot of Queen City offense and a lot of defensive domination as they held the Predators out of the end zone for the entire game. My name is Michael Tremillo. Stephen Hacker is alongside me in commentary for the last 35 seconds, and that will be the final kneel down before we go to our post game. So, summing this one up, as we're now 27 seconds and counting toward the end of it, it really was Queen City dominated the first half, went at a halftime 28-0, and just sort of cruised in the second half.
Yeah, I think Queen City continued to stay conservative and wanted to see what kind of adjustments Charleston would make coming into the second half, because they felt like they didn't really have to change a whole lot. When you play almost a perfect first half, why do you really need to make a whole lot of changes unless the other team comes out and does something drastic? And I don't think that Charleston took a big swing to try to go for the fences with anything. And so Queen City just kind of maintained the status quo and rode this one out to a victory here at home.
That's it. It's gone final at Conpro Field in Buffalo, New York. The Queen City Corsairs are still looking for a first-round playoff bye, and they got a big boost before next weekend's massive showdown with Baltimore in a 38-6 comprehensive deconstruction of the Charleston Predators. Stephen Hacker, what did you make of today's ball game?
Well, I really saw a Queen City team that did their homework offensively and, like you said, Michael, defensively. I don't think Charleston really had an opportunity to do any of the things that they wanted to do, whereas on the other side of the ball, Queen City was able to execute everything. They wanted to get the fullback Chris Komisak involved today. He was involved. They wanted to take the deep shot down the field with Doug Spelling. Well, they did. They wanted to get Deezer Powell involved underneath to move the chains, and he did. So I think that Queen City is showing that they're ready to make a playoff push, and they have a huge matchup, as you alluded to, Michael, next week against the North leader Baltimore Vultures, and that's going to be a heck of a ball game. A preview of what the playoffs is going to offer us is both of those teams are extremely hot right now, playing as good a football as you can. So Queen City just is on fire right now, looking great, looking like a team to beat. But Charleston's still hanging on to their playoff hopes, as they've got a couple of games left in the season. They are not out of this thing yet.
Your player of the game is Jet 0, 2 touchdowns. Could have been 3, but it was taken away from him by a challenge. 17 yards, on 22 carries. That'll do it from Conpro Field. It was a big one. 38-6, the Queen City Corsairs defeat the Charleston Predators. For Shan Varner on stats, Stephen Hacker on co-commentary, my name is Michael Trujillo. Now we send it back to SFL Studios for analysis, and what's next after these messages? Stay tuned.